Hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. Your subscriptions mean the world to me. They help to financially keep me afloat from month to month. So if you're interested in supporting, if you come and you watch the daily forecast or any of my readings and you want to support me in a subscription-based way, you can always go over to Patreon and choose a subscription level. Over there, you'll get the daily forecast a day early. There's also other readings that are available only over there that come out every month, and you can get those depending on which level of subscription you choose. If you're interested in a private reading, you can always message me at the Facebook business page, and I can answer any questions you may have about that. Those are always available to you. This is the daily forecast. It is a broad spectrum reading, so it goes up every day. It is intended for anybody who may see it at any point in time. Therefore, I consider it to be a timeless message. It is originally created for Sunday, the 3rd. Oh, we're at a new week, guys. So, I didn't even realize. So we're going to have fun doing the weeklies. Okay, I know how we're going to do it. I didn't even think about this yet because of the new clarifiers for this month. Leave me a comment and let me know what you guys are thinking about the clarifiers, if you're enjoying them or not. I kind of am sort of having fun with them. So I hope you guys are enjoying them. I hope they're giving you, I don't know, further insight or description as to what you might be experiencing. Now with the weeklies, I use it as it's every Sunday for those of you that are new. And it's kind of like a macrocosm sort of thing, right? So it not only doubles as like a sort of extensive Sunday reading, but it also kind of shows us the underpinning energy of what's going on in the background as the days progress throughout the week. Each larger card will represent as a day or two of the week, and then the clarifiers will clarify that energy down a little bit more. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do, the first 2 days, second 2 days, end of the week, and then clarifiers across. So you guys will see. And I just decided that just now. So we'll see how this works. Hopefully it works well. We will still have the grounding stone. Now, back to house stuff. Any reading that I do is broad spectrum. Therefore, you need to figure out where it applies and fits into your life and where it best suits you. Take what you need and leave the rest. If anything doesn't make sense, it doesn't mean anything's wrong or not working. It just means that you guys might be working on something different at this time, and that's completely acceptable. These cards will be originally set for the dates between the 3rd of January of 2021 and the 9th, which is Saturday. So the 3rd to the 9th, but this is a timeless message. So if you're seeing this reading on a singular day, doesn't fall on any of those dates, don't worry, you don't have to turn it off. It might be a reading that specifically makes sense to you in your life. When you see it is when you need it, kind of thing. So let's see what's going on. The other thing I do want to say is always use your own highest intelligence and intuition when using any readings online. Don't ever let these readings, mine or anyone else's for that matter, make the decisions for you. You don't want to rob or disempower yourself of the opportunity of free will and free choice, right? That's why we're all here, is to sort of explore and experience and grow and learn. So I never intend for my readings to make the decisions for you, nor should you. They should be here to validate you, support you, and uplift you, maybe give you hope or insight into something you weren't otherwise made aware of, but you should always have like sort of a clear idea of what you're already like working on, where you want to head, those sort of things. They always help, and that awareness will help to enhance the readings. Never take anything that I say over that of a professional in their field, like a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist. These readings are here to help you and uplift you, but they're not here to replace any sort of, help you might be getting from a medical or, a professional in their field. Okay. So I think you guys know that, but I just state that just to be safe, because you never know who's watching or how they're thinking. And let's see here. What do we need to know with these wonderful cards? All right, so the beginning of the week, we have the Hermit. Straight up Virgo energy. Get it, Hermit. Herman's Hermit. I think it's Virgo energy. I just want to make sure of that because I kind of get him mixed up with the Hierophant. It's the H's. I believe it is Virgo energy. I can't remember. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. All right. So Hermit is major arcana. Hermit is, to me, about going inward, reflection. We have that light, him kind of with his head down. I kind of get a little bit of sadness or maybe remorse with this Hermit. I don't necessarily feel like that's an association with that goes along with the Hermit. Usually the Hermit's about like gleaning knowledge through like sort of going inward, right? Doing the shadow work or doing the deep reflection to have a better, more stronger and stable understanding of ourselves. So he would certainly represent that. Virgo is a sign that's very grounded and based in earth energy, but it's also very reflective. Very discerning in a way, right? So when I look at this Hermit, I feel like there is some power, some strength, some knowledge that can be gained from within ourselves, not necessarily from the outside world. That would be his downturned head. It doesn't look like he's looking outward. He's looking more inward. But he's also casting that beautiful light in this card, right? Which is the truth of who he is, or the truth of who we are. Standing in that truth, maybe getting in full acceptance of that truth. I kind of feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like this Hermit feels a little sad to me. Like forlorn. Maybe we've, I hate to like transfer all of these readings onto this turning of the year, right, from 2020 to 2021, but maybe the effects of the last year has taken its toll, and now that we've reached 2021 and we've crossed sort of the finish line, we're in the first days of the new year, we might feel a little exasperated, right? But there's still gifts to be had. There's still things to be learned. There's still awarenesses to be found within ourselves, right? So I think that this is a good card to have. Let's clarify it really quick. We have the Nine of Pentacles, total and complete abundance and independence. So I like her coming with this Hermit. Again, we've got earth energy. We have the Knight of Swords, which is very intellectual, air energy, quick thinking, decisive, maybe even taking a little bit of action. We kind of want to think things through when we see the Knight of Swords. We just want to be careful. It never is a bad thing to kind of look at all sort of parameters. But when I'm looking at that Hermit energy, in the beginning of this reading, or in the beginning of this stream of the first few days, I feel like we will be hopefully utilizing the Hermit more so than the Knight of Swords. If we do take quick decisive action, or we jump into something or make a decision rather quickly, hopefully we have all of the knowledge. The lead of the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles would indicate ideally we would. There's certainly a stability in those two cards that kind of balances out any sort of impulsiveness that we see in the Knight of Swords. And then we have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy. Now the Devil to me is somebody that doesn't necessarily we want to see in a reading. But what I think about this Devil here is it's Capricornian energy, which I like that. I don't even know if Capricornian is a word, but I like that he sits here. And what I feel like is he is some of what that sadness is on the Hermit's face. There's something that we might be wrestling with, coming to terms with, or understanding. Ultimately, the Devil is never a bad thing. The Devil, okay, I don't want to say that. For those of you that freak out when you see the Devil can be about finding where our weakness lies, where our Achilles heel is, where our buttons get pushed, where our triggers are, where we sort of stand in our own way. And in that way, when we become aware of those things, we gain the knowledge of them, i.e. in that Hermit card, we become stronger, we become more adept, we become more skillful. And we see that also here, in this Nine of Pentacles, right? She is the essence of sort of having everything that she needs, even more so than she probably needs, but she also signifies the ability to stand alone, independent within the security of oneself, right? It's very much like she's like sort of almost similar to the Hermit in that way. The Hermit does sort of the hard work, where the Nine of Pentacles is like the reaping of that hard work, right? So when I see this devil at the end of this, what it makes me think is in the early part of this week, we might be struggling with looking at some aspects of ourselves that we're not maybe super comfortable with. There could be arguments or things that we're in fighting about, because that Knight of Swords in the center there, that could be us in mental clashes with people, where our buttons might be getting pushed, i.e. the devil energy, right? It's showing us where we are still chained to something, where we maybe require something that we need to make us feel validated. But the truth is we don't, right? The devil wants to lie to us, right? He wants us to believe the lie, whatever that lie may be. And for each one of you, that lie will be something different. The devil can represent things outside of ourselves that we have no control over, like, you know, maybe somebody's actions, a behavior of a loved one or a partner. He can be a negative influence in that regard, but usually the devil, and where the devil is, offers us the sort of the most room for growth, I would say, or opportunity, is through our own behaviors, our own addictions, our own frailties, or what we see as what's the word I want here? What we see as failures. The devil is there to sort of show us them. And so I think that as long as we face them with strength and fortitude, which we see that fortitude certainly in the Knight of Swords, and we also see that strength, that quiet strength in both really the Nine of Pentacles and the especially the Hermit. I think that there's an opportunity here to change something within ourselves in the early part of this week, or at least to become able to sit with it, aware of it, in acceptance of it, and even in getting in an acceptance situation of something that we maybe aren't proud of within ourselves, a behavior that we've, you know, a mistake that maybe, and I'm just using this as an example, guys, maybe we made a mistake in the workplace and fought with a coworker, or maybe we said the wrong thing to our partner. It could be something like that too, where we need to kind of take accountability for that, and we need to sort of understand that that doesn't work for us, that that's the sort of like the devil on our shoulder, or the our own fear getting the best of us, our own insecurities getting the best of us. Ultimately, when I look at this run of cards, I feel like this is a good couple of days, right? Where we get an opportunity to learn about ourselves and where our triggers are, and hopefully no longer have to act on them or from them, right? Let's look at the midweek card. The midweek is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, talk about stability. Talk about like turning. Okay. It's interesting because I love how he's positioned in this direction, and I feel like even though this Hermit is here and he's powerful, he's sort of turned in the opposite direction. To me, it feels like we might be facing some things that we've done in the past for some of us that we're not very proud of. That would be this Devil card. But I do feel like with the Knight of Swords, there is a vigilance, there is an a desire to want to change it, to maybe not fight it off, but like hopefully possibly change our decisions around it, right? Or do the right thing. For some of you, that Knight of Swords can represent us like getting into verbal arguments or something where we're not very proud of our behavior. But for others of you that are actually doing the Hermit's work, that could be us being brave and going in wholeheartedly to really try and make a change within ourselves to achieve that sort of abundance and independence that we see in that Nine of Pentacles, right? Ultimately, it's for our own growth and our own good is the feeling that I get from these cards. Even with that Devil sitting there at the end, I feel like this story is about us maybe challenging ourselves in new ways to really make impactful change. Now, the midweek is if we do this impactful change, or we sit with this, we get into acceptance of it, boom, we hit this Knight of Pentacles. Now, what I love about his positioning is he looks like he's positioned and ready to move into the future with this new knowledge, right, that we've gained from this Virgo card. Hey, Sven, there's Sven in the corner. Always a good blessing when we see a cat in a reading. So I feel like he's ready to move forward. Now, Knight of Pentacles is definitely that earth energy, right? And so we're talking about earth energy not only in the Knight of Pentacles, in the Virgo energy of the Hermit, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we also have the Capricorn energy of the Devil. To me, earth is physical realm, right? I say to me, Pentacles in these cards are earth-based element, right? So that means, or what I'm picking up from this series of cards so far, is it feels like the early part of this week is about really real, palpable, physical transformations. And what I mean is, yes, they can start mentally, yes, they can start emotionally, but we start to really act as if this is our new reality. This is our new behavior pattern. This is what we no longer want to do, right? And that Knight of Pentacles is dedicated. I cannot say that in a big enough set of words, right? The Knight of Pentacles is, again, about doing service, being victorious, doing the right thing for the right reasons. He is slow as molasses, guys. So know that whatever you're sitting in or whatever you're looking at, whatever you're dealing with, you're approaching it from a very practical way, not like making any sort of impulsive moves or decisions in the midweek. We are weighing our options. We're moving slowly, but we're kind of checking off the checklist as we move in the midweek. Whatever we're dealing with, whatever we're looking at. I feel like this is a really steady, balanced, I would even call it peaceful energy. For those of you that like to be more go, 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 do, this might feel uncomfortable for you, right? But I feel like the early part of the week with the Nine of Pentacles and that Virgo Hermit card, it's already the first few days of this week is at a slower pace. We're just kicking off the new year, guys. So let's not rush things is kind of the vibe that I'm getting with these cards. So let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles and see what else we need to know about him. I really like him, actually. I feel like he feels like slow and steady wins the race, kids. Like, stay grounded. Don't, make any quick or sudden moves. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, more Earth energy, guys. This is about abundance. This is about setting up... To me, when I see this with the Knight, we're talking about setting up plans for a better year this year. I mean, for some of you, it could be as simple as that. That's kind of the message that I'm getting with these two guys sitting right here. Formulating plans for how do we have a better 2021? How do we move into 2021 as better people? How do we actually exude that, exemplify that, act on those impulses? I really like these cards together. And not only does that affect us in a beneficial and abundant way, but it also affects those around us in a beneficial and abundant way. Now, that follows with the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Fire energy, all about new beginnings, all about new possibility, all about desire, spiritual desire. Wands being fire is about the spirit. It's also about taking action. New doors could be opening up for us, or new opportunities. Now, when I look at this in this series of cards here, if we're talking about changing, right? If we're talking about changing something within us, we're learning something new about ourselves through this Hermit energy that kicks us off this year, this week. And we're struggling. No, I don't want to say that there's a struggle here, but we might be grappling and looking at some of the things that hinder us within ourselves or around us, how we react to those things. As we steady ourselves out and really settle into that and really honestly kind of, I don't want to say attack isn't the right word. I get a little bit of an attack from that Knight of Swords, but it really is with the best of intentions, right? And then the Knight of Pentacles also would have a sort of like I want to get in there. I want to take care of it. I'm going to do it in the best way I know how. I will be careful. I will take care. These are like sort of statements that I hear from this card, right? So as we do that, we're moving ourselves forward in the midweek towards these possibilities of new beginnings and new opportunities. And I feel like the Ace of Swords represents the opening up of the options of that, right? The excitement of that. The possibilities could surprise us even. There might be a new aspect to a relationship or a new reaction that we get from, say, a coworker, a partner, a family member that surprises us in a very positive and inspiring way. If we find new opportunities for, I don't know, money making, or it doesn't necessarily have to be around money making, but seeing all of these sort of Pentacles energy be previous to this Ace of Wands, it could be possibly a new business venture or something like that. Be inspired by that. Take that inspiration and sort of, I wouldn't say run with it, because that Knight of Pentacles is not going to be at a running pace. He's going to be moving slowly, but we keep our eye on the prize is kind of the feeling that I'm getting with this Ace of Wands. We look to the inspiration, to what we desire, to what we want, and we start to take action. The other thing that I'm just noticing right after I said that to you, if you look way down here at the bottom of this card, there's that beautiful little castle. which says like it is on the horizon, guys. Like it is out there for us, whatever that may be that we want. If for some of you it's a better relationship, well then be inspired by the feeling of what that will feel like once you arrive there. And then sort of steady yourself, dig in, do the work, keep the change, act as if that's all of this Pentacles energy, and move towards it step by step with this Knight of Pentacles as our guide. Now let's see what the last card. Love it. The Lovers. Sorry, this is going to be a long reading because I'm doing it this way. Lovers is Geminian energy. I don't even know if Geminian is a word, but we've got a little bit of air in there. Another major arcana, usually a big breakthrough. So I really feel like with the Lovers and that Ace of Wands, for some of you, I'm going to be honest, this could be a week where something might turn for you in a romantic situation. The Knight of Pentacles, though, I will say this, you may not be able to move quite so quickly towards it, or you might be a little bit cautious or careful about how you handle it, how you move forward with it. For some of you, that Devil and that Hermit and that Nine of Pentacles in the early part of the first few days of the week, y'all might be fine without a partner. But there's a presentation or a possibility of something in the background, and this might only be for one or two of you specifically, that I feel like it doesn't challenge you per se, but it's kind of like there, exciting maybe. That's the Lovers card and the Ace of Wands. To me, that's like this, like, I almost get this vibe that for some of you, you might be like, oh shit, like, he is looking rather good. I might want to date him. Do I really want to risk it? Do I really want to fuck up what I've got? Because what I've got is pretty good and it's steady and it's calm. That's the vibe that I'm getting there. Now, if this is not a love situation, because the Lovers doesn't necessarily have to indicate love or falling in love, although it's a great card for that. It could indicate what we love and what we desire. So like if we take that desire or that love towards a place of, say, you know, creating new relationships or creating a new job or creating a new, even a hobby, for Christ's sakes, whatever it is, we should be inspired by it, and we should be wanting to take measured quality sort of steps towards that. That's the Knight of Pentacles. We might feel like we can't move, again, I will reiterate this, we may not feel as though we can move quite as fast as we want. That can also be the intensity of the Ace of Wands and that Lovers card, but the Knight will get us there. Just have faith, trust. So if our environment is holding us back, or we feel like we're held back, or we can't quite move yet due to the pandemic issues or whatever that we're dealing with, don't worry, we're still moving forward and it's there for you. All right, so now let's look to the end of the week. Ooh, bitch. Okay, we've got Leo energy with Strength. Woo-wee. All right, so Strength is what we have here. And again, this Strength is not necessarily a love thing to me, and I don't know why, but I feel like I'm seeing love stuff in this card, in these cards for some reason. I feel like see how she's taking, they have a symbiotic relationship there in the Strength card. Strength is the sign of Leo and the element of fire, right? It's that beautiful, wonderful sort of Leonine energy of reciprocation of I will nurture you and you will take care of me. Okay, now for some of you that could be a relationship, because we see that Ace of Wands, we see that Lovers card, we even see that sort of I don't know, there is a possibility of some of us being challenged maybe by our relationships and the deepening of those. I'm just going to put that out there for you. This Strength card to me feels like the further strengthening of that. I almost feel like this lion and this woman are like, you know, strengthening that bond, that love, that vibe between them. We'll look at the clarifiers here in a moment, but I feel like this is a beautiful ending to the week. Whatever it is we are working towards, we're steady, we're strong, we are ready and available to not only go after it or kind of take it, you know, create it for ourselves, but we're also willing to sort of nurture it, love it, bring it along, work through any adversity to get there. We have the strength to do it, right? That's the thing. There's also this sort of mountain in the foreground too that makes me think like we're up for the challenge. We need to know that we're strong. We need to know that, and really, in all honesty, that strength that we have here is what we sort of gain from doing the work of the Hermit and whatever it is that we face through that Devil in the early part of the first days of this week. It sort of brings us to this state of strength towards the end of the week where we feel fuller, more whole, more capable, all the more ready to go in to next week in pursuit of whatever it is that we maybe want, desire, and knowing wholeheartedly we can have it, right? All right, so let's look at what the clarifiers are. So we have the Four of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles energy. To me, the Four of Pentacles can sometimes signify being stingy, holding on a little too tightly, maybe a little bit of fear, a little bit of worry. But when I'm looking at it coupled with this Strength card, to me, this is about staying steady in our means. I really still get this... I almost get this feeling like, I don't know if there's one of you out there, maybe it's just one of you, and I'm only, this love story is just for one specific person, but I feel like this is you going back and forth, like, come closer, no, go away, no, come closer, no, go away, come closer, go away. I feel like the Strength card speaks to the coming together and like the bonding, but like this Four of Pentacles, for some of you, you feel like you have to get over your own fear of losing whatever it is that you have. We see it up there in that Nine of Pentacles in the first run of clarifiers. We see it again here in this Four of Pentacles. To me, one of you maybe doesn't trust how you behave in a relationship, or how maybe you don't trust being vulnerable to someone, or maybe it's a situation, maybe it's not a romantic relationship, but maybe you're worried about becoming vulnerable or in need of not in need, but dependent upon a job of some sort. Certainly the devil can also represent dependence things, but it's usually dependence on things that are not serving us. So this Four of Swords to me can indicate holding on a little bit too tightly, but coupled with that Strength card, to me, it might feel like we don't want to push ourselves too far outside of our comfort zones. We're strong enough to with that Strength card, right, leading. But this Four of Pentacles says that we're still going to have some of that cautiousness that we see in the Knight of Pentacles as we explore this Strength card. So let's see what we've got. King of Cups. We love the King of Cups, especially in love. He is definitely a man in touch with his emotions. He is skilled. He has I would say, done the emotional work by week's end. I'm hoping that we're at least feeling better by this midweek. If there was any challenges not midweek, the end of the week, if there was any challenges that we were facing in that sort of forlornness that I see on the Hermit, I feel like by the time we get to this Strength card, this King of Cups is indicating that emotionally we are going to feel correct. The Four of Pentacles would indicate that we will feel stable, maybe physically or, say materially. There might be a slight bit of fear of, like rocking that boat or putting ourselves out there. We might be a little bit not willing to put ourselves out there, but ultimately we need to remember that we are strong enough and can. And when we do so, we gain like greater gifts from doing that. And then let's see, the last clarifier is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. With all of this Pentacles energy, I feel like maybe some of you guys there's definitely like an improvement taking place, like a leveling up. I don't want to say that it's all around finances, because I don't think that that's what this is. I feel like, yes, there's a lot of Pentacles energy. Yes, there are some long-term goals, especially with that Ten of Pentacles in the midweek. On that Knight of Pentacles, like we're working towards something that we see, that we desire, that we want. For some of you, this is actually romantic love. I even feel that in this Ace of Pentacles because of that trellis that's down at the bottom of the card. It almost feels like where lovers would want to walk through that, or the physical opportunity of that. Again, aces are new beginnings. Aces are affirmative yeses. It's like a gift from sort of the gods in a way. And when I look at that, I feel like I look at this Strength card. Remember, this Ace of Pentacles is sort of clarifying this Strength card. By the end of the week, I really feel like all will feel right in the world. I even feel with this Ace, it kind of takes away the sort of trepidation that I was feeling with the Four of Pentacles, right? Because the King also feels very balanced and lovely in his state of being. So that's also contributing to this beauty of the strength and the symbiotic relationship that we may feel with our environment, with our job, with our loved ones, with our relationships. That sort of, and the appreciation too that also comes from the Strength card. I feel like there's that sort of loving generosity that the sign of Leo represents. Hopefully by week's end, we're really feeling that, feeling connected to that. We should be, not to should on you, but like, ideally these cards say to me that with the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups, And the Strength card. Even the Four of Pentacles isn't like a bad card. He's just holding on to what he loves, what he cares about most. I really feel like the last few days of this week, we should feel really kind of ready to take on the world and really appreciative for what we have within this world. All right, wow, this is a long reading. Sorry, the weeklies are going to be long this month with all these clarifiers. Now, let's look to the grounding stone. This is an energy that we're going to want to ground in. And this will go as the underpinning energy throughout the week to be coupled with all of the other grounding stones. And look at what we got, guys. Our good friend, that symbiotic relationship that shows up at the end of the week, which is this strength. Stand up for me, strength. Come on, Papa. So we see strength in not only that final major arcana card for the last few days of the week, but also this is something that we want to stay focused on as we move throughout this week. Now we can see that strength represented in the dedication that we see in the Hermit card. We can see where strength would be needed in dealing with whatever that devil is for each and every one of us. And for each of you, it's going to be something different, right? But you'll know what that challenge is for you. For some of you, it could be internal. It could be anxieties or fears, addictions, things like that. For others of you, it can be external. It could be pain in the ass coworkers or overbearing mothers, but it's there for you and it's there to teach you something about yourself, right? Ultimately, it's there to grow you and to bring you to a state of strength. The Knight of Pentacles is also very much a sign of strength and moving towards that strength. Finding that love for oneself. We see that in the Lovers, in the Ace of Wands. That is also going to bring about this strength. Then we get to the end of the week and we actually have the friggin' Strength card of all things. So this focus to this week is about us staying focused on ourselves and really giving ourselves the credit where credit is due. Even if, let's just say this, and I'm going to take it back to the, the transference of the year this week, or, from 2020 to 2021, because we are still in that energy. Even if we just look at the fact that we made it through 2020 and how well we did that, what an accomplishment that was. 2020 was an amazingly hard year. For those of you that know where my personal page is, go check out the video that I just posted of just sort of the year of 2020 in video and the things that were going on in the world, the explosions that were happening, like racially, the fires in Australia that we were dealing with, the fires in California, the pandemic, the shifts and the changes that we went through in 2020 alone had such a huge impact on everyone and their psyches. And we're still here to talk about it. We're still here to enter into 2021. And I feel like with these cards here, there's a lot of hope to be had. And for some reason, we need to acknowledge this strength, or I feel like that's what this whole week will be about for ourselves, is to find that within ourselves, to do whatever work we need to do, tie up whatever loose ends, continue to move forward, even if it's at a snail's pace, but be steady and forthright in our movement, focus on what we love and what we desire, stand in that strength, own it, and new things, new opportunities will be opening up to us. That is your forecast, guys. Sorry it was so long, but it is the weekly, so this is the way we're going to roll with it. Please give me a comment and let me know if you liked it this way or not. I hope that it makes sense, and I will see you guys as we build the energy for the week. Please share this video out with whoever you think may use it, and whomever might like it. Any groups and all of that, it helps me to get the word out and bring subscribers to the channel. If you're new to me, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Please, please, please hit the thumbs up button. It greatly helps the channel. And send me any questions or comments here, either on the video or to the Facebook business page. All right, I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week and focus on your strength. And I will be here tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye-bye.